Nationers, let's sit back, relax. I spent a day with Markiplier, the king of YouTube. Here we go. Here we go.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Visit BetterHelp.com/Padilla because sometimes existing is exhausting.
Pushing in, and I'm like, yeah, I feel that.
And you have to be awake.
Well, I don't know if I had to be, but I was.
My name's Anthony Padilla, and I spent a day with Markiplier to uncover the truth about how he went from financial desperation to amassing over 32 million subscribers and an unfathomable amount of money. He'll reveal how the immense pain, anger, and loss that he experienced in his childhood continues to shape
yeah, he
who
has like a condition,
and
doesn't
he'll
he?
address how his work ethic is driven by acceptance of his inevitable death. Hello, Mark.
Hello, Anthony.
It's me.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about you?
There's still people think that I
Sounds
cry
good,
in every
Ruby.
video.
Why? Because there's a meme of you crying?
Exactly, because in those videos in the past, those videos got a lot of views.
So that becomes the image of what people think that you
Exactly.
are.
So people think like they only saw that video, and then they're like,
Markiplier
this guy
only cries in
And, like, to me,
videos.
it's funny because I just the
Only cries.
meme pops up all over the place. So I don't really care what people's misconceptions are because they don't know me, and they never will.
Some people might say, that's easy for you to say. You have over 32 million subscribers. So many people love
32
you and
million.
just innately.
That's how Anthony says
The
it.
other
It's
side
so
of that is
funny.
that for strangers to say things positively about me, I don't take that to heart either. As much as I want to say that like my fans know me because I share as much as possible about myself, they only see a window of me through their screen. In a similar way, even if they're singing my praises, saying I'm the greatest
Yeah, the voice
ever,
is very
somehow
soothing.
go to my head maybe a little bit. But in all honesty, I don't look at that either.
This is the first video that I've ever reacted to of Anthony
You said
Padilla.
that
Like
you
the
were
first video I've
shaped by
watched of it.
pain. What kind of,
Of this
things did you
series.
experience and how did it shape you?
Pain transforming in my life was when I was in the hospital. Discovered my appendix is about to explode. The nurse literally at my bed. Your appendix is about to burst. Also, you have a tumor, but don't worry about that right now. And that's exactly how they told me. Trying to reel with the understanding of like, I had a tumor. Like that not supposed to
I watched the
happen. It didn't
Markiplier
hit me
episode of Impossible.
until
I watch every
I
episode
got
of
the
Impossible.
biopsy. They had me lay
that made
down
me
in a CT, and then
CT
they
scan.
start stabbing me.
Ah!
Literally. The big metal thing was a biopsy like probe that had a little grabber at the end of it. And then I'm in the machine, and they're just like pushing in, and I'm like, yeah, I feel that.
And you have to be awake.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if I had to be.
They were like, oh, well, let's have them be awake for this.
Yeah, it was in that moment that all that hit me, and it was like, oh shit. This pain is not the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
This pain is necessary. This pain is actually essential.
It's a
to
good
me
outlook.
getting
Good outlook.
better. I've had a few of those realizations in my life. One of the more recent ones. Do you watch Kirk's
Kirksgesagt. Kirksgesagt.
They had this video talking about the timeline of your life and how much time you spend with your parents. And they were saying
Oh,
like
yeah.
by the time you're 18, you've spent like 90% of your time with your
Yeah,
parents.
that makes
A lot
sense.
of people hearing that sounds really bad. My dad died when I was 18.
Oh!
When I heard that, that was the most comforting thing I've ever heard in my life because it meant I got 90% of the time that I would have had with my dad.
Ah!
Perspective is everything, because if I didn't know that, if I didn't go my whole life without
I saw
ever
like a
knowing that, I would've
graph
gone
of
the
like
rest of
I saw this graph on like Instagram, and it was like a study that they did at like Johns Hopkins or like accredited, like, you know, one of those things. And they had like a certain time spent like with blank, right? With friends, family, you know, with peer and whatnot. And it was like alone. Like it was like it was crazy. It's crazy. I'll see if I can find it.
my life
It's crazy.
wishing for a little more time with my dad. That was the most beautiful thing that I could have ever
Chris Uzak. Great channel, by the way, if you guys haven't watched it. Very infographic, info.
pain really
graphic-y.
paints a picture of
I like how Anthony's hair is always wet during these
Honestly,
videos.
I am
like he
okay
just got
with
out of the
pain
shower, put some clothes on, and was ready for the interview.
because it's not the end, you know.
The
I
video took a
know
turn like
the
so
pain will
quickly.
kill me.
But yes,
And I've
hello
been through a
YouTube.
lot of
Feel free to get some hello YouTubes, of course.
physically and emotionally, but none of it will stop me. Every time I try to push myself to do something more and bigger, the
What do you feel
pain
like your favorite
and
hair of
the
his is?
hard
I like that last hair that we just saw. The kind of shorter, kind of droopy
work,
hair.
like they're synonymous.
I
Life
love this hair
and
that he has
pain.
right now in this
all
video.
that pain
Love that hair.
means that there's something better at the
Love
end.
it. Love it.
There's a payoff to it.
Oh, a turbulent childhood. Okay.
What was your childhood like?
Tumultuous.
Lots of ups and downs, a roller
Tumultuous.
coaster?
What a
Except for
word.
the fun.
What
Just
a
the
word.
I don't know, I was a kid playing in the woods eating mud.
You ate mud?
Did you eat mud?
Who didn't eat dirt when they were a kid? I used to eat bark. Okay?
Be lots of minerals.
Yeah.
I was a child.
Exactly.
Okay?
Bullying.
I got bullied a lot before puberty. After puberty, I got my muscles, so I stopped being bullied.
They were like, this guy could kick my ass. What were you bullied about?
Sand, you
being
made sand his hair is
Kids
now
aren't very
great fits his
smart,
head.
so they pick the one thing that they
I
can
agree,
find.
Josh.
That
I agree.
affected me a lot more than I realized. I believe the term is called like internalized racism.
Yeah.
What is this? Okay, wait, hold on. Beliefs about one's own inferiority, weakness, or shortcomings as a function of memberships to an oppressed group. Okay, that's a very, I've never heard that word. Or that term, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you start to hate the things about
Oh,
yourself.
God. Are we messing with this haircut right now? Are we messing with it? Are we vibing with it? This is like 2003 to like 2007 haircut.
Self. And I hated those things about myself because I got bullied about it.
You believed that it was something wrong with you.
Exactly. Me as a kid, I didn't know being Korean was a good thing. So like not a lot of self-confidence, not like
Dirt is
knowing
quite
anything
good to eat.
about
Okay?
myself that
Don't
I
get me
could
wrong,
look
it is.
positively on.
You said that you were a very angry teenager.
Oh yeah. A lot of times I remember driving home from school and just
Oh! I remember Toyotas back in the day, even like Fords back in the day, you'd have to shift. You'd shift here and not here. You know, like how most cars you'd shift like down here? You used to shift right there.
punching the airbag, and I wouldn't know why.
It was like just this urge to
Hey, very nice,
release
Josh.
energy or what?
Just like either I was frustrated at something that happened in school or relationship bullshittery that doesn't matter. It's just like I was angry.
I feel him
But
on
it
this
matters
though.
so much at the time.
It does.
I
It does
know.
everything at the time.
I feel
remember
him on this.
One time, I was driving home, like so pissed off, and I think I was crying. There was this other car that pulled up next to me at a stoplight. He leaned out his window. He's like, and I'm crying. I'm like, you man.
You didn't have any other way to express it.
Pretty much, or I didn't know how. Like the thing, you grow up in this weird fleshy body, and it does weird chemical things, and you don't understand how to respond. Sometimes.
Emotion? What the?
I know, right? Look at my penis.
That's an emotion too.
Look at my face.
I'm so sorry.
You just told the internet to look at your penis.
No, that was not a command. That was
Oh.
an interrogative statement. I don't know what that means.
It
Sounds right.
is-
No one questioned it. But that was one of the first things that I really started to try to take control of myself, is like my anger, because I really did not like where that led me.
Was
And at that
Una's
point in my
Honest still a
life,
thing when
as
he
a
recorded
kid
this?
do
Because he's
you
wearing the
look within
merch.
yourself and try to understand who you are.
Never. It's all about the outside.
Exactly. That's really just, this took years, right? Years and years of just like trying to understand what made me angry, why I got angry, how I responded to anger, and how to stop that from ever.
But if you're interested in hearing what Mark and I
Oh, hold on. That's a better help. I know that that's a. I know that that's an ad. So go check him out. I'm just not. Oh, and also Surf Shark.
this series, you know that therapy has been really beneficial in shaping who I am today.
I have a feeling a lot of people skip this part, unfortunately. Saying that the most replayed is after this. Also, Mark's only playing Foreshadowing. I mean, I want to do a video where I buy it or go check it out. And then also, Josh, didn't his OnlyFans get shut down? Like, it got so many subs, it just lagged the website. It might have lagged it when it first dropped, but I'm pretty sure I've even looked it up within the past 2 weeks and it's still there. So, yes, I have tried looking to see if it was still real. Okay?
Now, back to the world of Markiplier.
Yeah, so
You
sorry.
told me
So
that
sorry,
your
Anthony. Skipping through all your
father
ads. I'm
helped
not sponsored by them.
Guide your morality. In what ways did he establish that?
My dad was very much the kind of guy
Oh, he.
that never did anything.
Oh, they have the same head shape. No doubt. Look at that. They have the exact same head shape.
half-ass. Always do the right thing. Admit if you're wrong. Own your mistakes in every aspect. That was who he was. He never sat me down and taught me those lessons. It was just like I saw him live that.
Sounds like you're describing yourself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I'd like to think I embody that, because that's just who he was. If he ever had a grievance with someone or like an argument with someone, he would let it go the next day. I think it's just because he realized what a poison it is to hold hate. And so when you have this thing that's holding you back from furthering your
Oh,
journey
we're
and
gonna watch
discovering
this whole
yourself,
thing.
You suddenly
This is
free
good. This is good so far.
in everything you do.
New chapter, The Art of Blowing Up. Which... He's not physically blowing up because the appendix exploded. Though that's one aspect of blowing up.
What drove you to first
Personal
start
explosion.
expressing yourself through YouTube?
Just complete lack of control in my life. I realized
This photo just like makes it look like he was like a severe like alcoholic and drug user. Like it's like one of those photos that you might see like your parents back in the day when, you know, but now they're parents, so they've obviously like things are way different. It's like one of those things. Like he was a troubled kid. Like this photo just kind of gives off that vibe. Like super long hair, especially back in that day. Like if you had any long hair, you were just an immediate drug user.
was not accountable for anything.
He's
You
a
can still
handsome man, though.
fail, no matter what you do.
He looks good
So
with
you
this
might as
facial
well
hair,
try
too.
something that you really
I want that
are
facial hair,
passionate
man.
about and care
I want
about,
that
because
facial hair.
At least you'll fail at something. that
I
you
will
try.
become
I saw
Markiplier.
these people that were doing things live action with videos and like making sketches and all that stuff. That's what I wanted to do at first. I didn't know how to hold a camera. I didn't know
Oh,
how to
man.
assemble a shot. I did something that I could do, which was make a let's play. I can play a video game. I can talk, kind of.
Kind of.
I can record and upload that. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys being
Oh my god, that video. This video right now of Anthony is so jarring. It's haunting. I don't know what's worse. I literally don't even know what's worse. What's worse? I want to see if I can find the photo. Where's that photo? Where's the photo? Where's that photo? I want to know. I want to see the photo of Markiplier in high school again. That was a... What hair's worse? What hair is worse? Oh, crap. I can't find it. That's okay. I don't know what hair is worse or not.
And they provide customized
1037. There we go. That. Oh, my God. Old Smosh haircuts are awful. Hold on.
weren't for you guys being here first, you know. I literally, physically,
Smosh
would
in
not be
06.
sitting in this chair right now.
My sister was born. I just found this out today, Nationers. The first iPhone was unveiled yesterday, the 9th of January, in 2006. Guess when my sister was born? March 20th of 06. The iPhone is older than my sister. That is insane. God,
it's the
I
side of
remember
me
those
that really
hairs.
cannot take
I remember
praise.
those hairs.
When
hair.
someone says praise to me, I'm just like, sorry, what?
You had an impact. Whether you like it
Oh,
or
God.
not, you did. I'm here. The horrible things I do in the future.
Oh, I am not responsible for anything Mark does. Maybe it's some defense mechanism of mine, but I'm like, you would have found your way eventually,
Oh, my
regardless.
God.
of
06 is such a
the
weird time.
influence
Ah!
that you did.
Ah!
Maybe not.
The iPhone is
That's
older
the
than
thing,
probably
you'll never
most
know.
of you guys.
But I am here.
I
And
remember
you're
getting my
for
first
those reasons,
iPhone
so
or
I'm here.
iPod.
This
Oh
was the
my
first
God,
time
my
that you
first
felt
iPod.
like you were taking some control in your life. You were doing something that you wanted to do, something that you sought after.
Changed everything overnight. I uploaded one Let's Play
Wow.
of a whole game, Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and then I made a compilation video of it.
10
Because I had
minutes.
seen other people make this compilation
10
of
minutes,
scare
man.
reactions for Amnesia, and I was like, I want to do something like that.
Hmm.
I really, truly don't think there's anything wrong with people emulating art.
Every single piece of art is influenced by another piece of
It's
art.
derivative. Everything. Human experience
Yes.
is derivative. That
Yes.
doesn't mean it's lesser because of it. That means it's greater.
Oh, no,
necessary
Josh,
for evolution.
no.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to build on what comes before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using this to justify my shitty reaction compilation that I made. It is just as good as the other one. That reaction compilation got posted to Reddit, and it
Oh.
got like third on the video.
I forgot Reddit has been such a
Gold.
big
I got
platform.
100,000
You know what I'm saying?
views. I got 200 subscribers.
100,000 views.
I remember I had a short. They had like 40,000 views on my main channel of me eating raw pancake mix, and it got me like 300, maybe like 225 subscribers, and I was like, oh, I finally reached 3,000.
Quite a
Translated into 200
Yeah, that was a sad
subscribers.
thing, right? But at the
Oh,
time,
man.
like, it was incredible. I
Yeah.
remember my mom had dragged me to church, and I was sitting in there, and my phone started going.
You got all your notifications on.
Comments, subscribe, like everything was on. So my
Do you guys remember the old? I don't want to like stop the video. Old YouTube, iOS icon. Do you guys remember when YouTube used to look like this? This right here is the YouTube I know. Right? This is the YouTube app that I know. I remember this was installed on every iOS, iPod, iPhone device. And this right here, this was the icon. This is what YouTube used to look like. So You mean to tell me YouTube's been upgrading? It surely has. It surely has. Also, when did I start YouTube? I started YouTube in 2014, August 12th, 2014.
My
When I
phone
started.
was like shaking
Oh my
violently.
God.
And
Some of you guys are like
glowing
way, like
Well,
a
that kinda
year and
puts it in
older than
perspective. That's
iPhone.
how many
Some of you guys are
people-
younger than
Oh,
iPhones.
yeah.
That's
It
crazy.
was.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Hundreds of people that subscribed to my channel. The fact of the matter was, what really drove me from that moment was not about the people responding to it,
Like,
the
200
things that they
subscribers
were
back then is a
saying.
lot,
It was the
too.
fact that I made something that was successful. It was
Yeah.
the first thing that I had made that was
By the way, why does Markiplier's fit just go so hard right now? Why does it just go so hard? I love these like jogger jeans that he's wearing and like these kind of like semi-work sneaker boots. Why does it go so hard? Oh, so you guys want to see the old Instagram icon? This would probably be a nostalgia, to say the least. This is what Instagram used to look like. I remember what Instagram used to look like in 20. Oh, actually, you could probably go way back. I remember it being this when they had the vignette inner shadow around it, and then they had the bevel and boss on this. I don't remember it being that. I didn't have Instagram at this time, but I remember it being these two. This is what Instagram used to look like. That's crazy. All right, let's continue.
worth
Halfway through
someone's
it.
time.
When did you first start experiencing big success, constant success?
Five Nights at Freddy's was definitely a big
Oh,
moment. That would
God.
definitely be the moment that like things just really took off.
103
But
million
before that, it
views.
was a strong, steady
Holy
growth
God.
because I just couldn't get enough of it.
Holy
the
God.
memes of me crying all the time.
What were you crying about in the actual?
What I was crying about is like someone made a compilation of fan reactions thanking me for making content. The reason it was so sad is because I had this realization when I was watching that.
Oh, this is
that
it.
I would never be able to.
This is
have
the moment you
personal
told me about
connection.
Go Fox.
Because you were too big.
I got too successful. That is something that people don't realize how much it affected me because not a lot of people have that same connection with the audience they have. I literally grew up as a human being with these people, and to know that I would never be able to have the kind of connection I had when I started, that was
Oh, man.
devastating to me.
Hey, sounds good, Spidey.
Get
Yes, of course, of
into
course, of course.
This Honest. Can you explain what the concept is for anyone? who
Sure,
doesn't know?
sure.
This sounds
This Honest
good.
no longer exists.
Oh.
It was a project that Ethan,
That's
me,
crazy.
and Amy, my girlfriend, where we
Is
uploaded
Amy and Mark still
at least
together?
10-minute live action video every day for 365 days, and at the end of that year, we deleted the channel live,
And it's gone.
and it is now gone. That might be the most profound thing
Imagine
I
that.
have.
That's good. That's good.
Even the idea
How long have they
of
been together?
Otis Annis.
What is on?
Honest, sorry.
No, I don't even know.
I was just trying not to say anus personally.
I don't think we even are pronouncing it. Whatever, it's close enough.
Honest. The idea of it is so profound.
Oh,
this
man.
idea of I am going to put all of my energy into something because I know it is finite. Do you feel like that idea translates into the way that you
Astro, I know your message just went through. If you want to put your Twitch in the Discord, there's a self promo channel that you could put in our Discord. Just if anyone wants to check out your Twitch. Much love, Astro. Just want to at least make that clear.
think about
Make sure
life?
you can
Has it
at least have a place to put
impacted the way you think about life, or has the way you think about life impacted?
This is very
One
interesting.
thing that I
This is a long
also
segment
learned
too
from
here.
the moment that I was on that
But I like
table
this. I
getting
like this.
stabbed in the back is that my life was finite. Period. I did not know.
Oh,
that
the zoom,
because
the
I
slight
had a
zoom
heart
in
attack.
on his face.
I could've
Finite.
died. Like so many things in my life have been little
Oh,
wake-up
man.
calls, and for me, the greatest purpose of my life is to make stuff, make art, put it out in the world, and see what I can do before I die. When it comes down to making videos, for me, it's not just about the videos. It's about leaving a mark on the world before I go.
No pun intended.
Oh, Mark. I can't wait.
I
to
didn't
see
quite
what's
get it
going to
either.
Inspire the next generation of content.
I thought
Inspiration
Anthony was
is
trying to
the most
lead him into
valuable
something. I was
currency
like,
that humanity will ever have.
Oh,
It's
like
so
Anthony's
hard
in
to
the same
define,
boat?
it's so hard to capture its lightning in a bottle, but
Neural pathways.
exactly, it's all.
It's just little electrical.
But this just can be turned into a real thing that makes someone else.
he says he wants to leave his mark, and then Anthony's like, no pun intended. And I was like thinking Anthony was like, because like he's in the same boat, but because his name is Mark.
brain go, and then they will come up with something else, and it just echoes. But I love making things that people feel, like with Una
The
Songs,
feel.
when people
Oh yeah.
people
Mark,
yeah.
you're making me feel
When
right
you
now.
Feel it. That's
Ugh.
beyond language.
Sorry,
Words
that
are
was so
translations of
jarring.
feelings.
Yeah.
We try to
Sorry.
express those feelings to each other.
Mark's
When
just
you
making me
feel
feel right now,
something, That's
man.
like a common.
I'm
human
feeling that
experience. When
spider
people
bite on the
look at
bottom
something
side of
that
my
make
leg
them
right
feel a sense
now.
of wonder,
Ah,
and they feel a
sorry.
sense of sadness and a profundity.
Words can never.
Really, your mom found an old
accurately
camera with
convey
old
a
pictures and
feeling,
videos of me when I
a
was in kindergarten?
struggle.
Oh, no.
I mean, they get close.
Young-
it goes
young
so
Tex.
much deeper than that. And
Young
we're only
Tex.
learning about little factual things with just a couple words to describe such deep, profound feelings that you had to be there to fully understand. And that's kind of a similar idea with Unis Honest.
That's what we like to say whenever someone's like, "Ooh, what's Unis Honest?" You had to be there.
You had to be there.
You had to be there. And I was most definitely not there for it, unfortunately.
How did your financial situation
Sorry, y'all.
change going from childhood
man,
to the
yeah.
way you live now?
When I was a
Big
kid,
financial.
we didn't have a lot of
He looks the exact same. Like, he is not aged one. Well, obviously, he's aged. Obviously. But, like, from all the photos, the photo with his dad, even this photo, to what he looks like now, not aged a single day.
money, but it didn't really matter, you know. The
Okay,
most memorable-
that's a different child. That is a whole different child. That is a whole different child. And it might be because the hair's going a different way. It might be the only reason.
You know, the most memorable Christmas I had
Yeah.
was not one where we had a million presents. It was one where we had one present, and it was a box of StarCraft. And I remember
StarCraft!
my dad was incredibly sad that he was not able to get us presents. Our tree was like a little like 3-foot fake tree. You know, to him, it was that. To me, most memorable. But going from that to then growing up and our financial situation got stable, we were totally fine through teenage years, you know, and then college. Outside of campus, they
And
had
then
a free
college.
promotion for a free pizza if you signed up for a credit card. That should explain my spiraling debt that I got into. You
got your free pizza?
Oh yeah.
How'd it taste?
Bad. Cold. It was not worth it.
Just some Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Free pizza. Here's a $2,500 credit limit. Have fun, college kid. Don't buy booze. When I was legal age,
Up to 21 years of age.
old. I'm going into like very bad debt. Couldn't even afford an apartment anymore. Moved back in with my mom. Medical bills, all this nonsense. Number one, my brother actually paid off my credit card. Like before
Shout
I
out-
even
shout
did
out
YouTube,
Mark's
he
brother.
actually was the one that told me about Let's Plays. Then I was able to pay off my debt, and then I was able to buy a car. I got my own apartment.
Let's go,
And
he's able
from
to
that
buy a
moment on, when
car!
I had my own apartment, I was pretty much set. Like, what else did I want? I had my health at
Yeah.
the time.
I
And
feel that.
freedom.
I feel
I
that.
don't want anymore. And then I got a lot more money. Like, people don't understand just how much money falls out of the YouTube bucket. Like, it's unfair. I'm not trying to brag or anything. I've wrestled with this a lot over the years. Just how much money I suddenly fell into. It messed with me. I knew what it was like to not
He basically won the lottery. It's like, here's $38 million. Have fun.
have. And then suddenly I had way more than I ever needed. And I was like, what do people even do with this?
So what do you
I donate to charity.
do? Okay, so you give a lot of it away.
Lot.
If you got too much of it, let's get some of this out of here.
Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I have a nice house. I have a nice car. I'm going to be comfortable the rest of my life unless I make some real bad decisions. I might.
You have an unfathomable amount of money, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
You don't hear many people openly say that, you know?
It's true. People know how many views I get. My channel has had 17 billion views.
17 billion views. All of that, most likely monetized. Most of these are probably like hour-long videos, if that. Like, there's nothing under 30 minutes on that channel, roughly. Holy God. Holy goodness. I'm gonna put it into an RPM YouTube calculator real fast. We're gonna do this live. We're gonna do this live right now. Okay? I think it's this one. Yeah, okay. So video views. 1, 8, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna guess his revenue because he does make longer videos, right? Right? He makes long videos, right? Okay. I'm going to say he has, I'm going to say like a 9.4. In total, $169 million? What would get him to 38? Well, it's obviously going to be like 3.6, right? Oh, not even that. 2.5? 2.2. Even if he had a $2.2 RPM, where every 1,000 views that he got $2.20. He would, with 18 billion views, he'd still have as much money as he made in 1 year. That's insane. Okay, let's continue.
17
That's
billion.
continue.
17
That's
billion
insane.
views in my channel.
That's insane.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's unfathomable. Like,
I know.
absolutely unfathomable.
I know.
Especially when you get $1 per view.
Exactly.
I remember, okay, so it's funny when Anthony how Anthony says it. So back in the day, like 2012, 2013, around then, even like 2014, there was this wild theory because nobody was open about their RPMs and how much money they'd make off YouTube. This is why a lot of people would like flex cars, even though they're rented. Trust me, most cars are rented. And then people would also never disclose that they had an editor because then it would be like, oh my God, like you're not making your videos yourself. Like I don't want to watch you and whatnot. Very open now. A lot of people have editors. A lot of people have, you know, those types of jobs, right? Back in the day, there was this wild theory where every one view you would get $1. That was the theory. So it would be like, oh my God, you got 37,000 views. Got $37,000 because nobody wanted to like disclose how much money they were making. So somebody created like a wild theory, and a lot of people ran with it because it kind of made sense because people would have a lot of money and also get a lot of views. By the way, Josh, have a good night, my friend. Have a good night. And obviously sponsored posts as well. That's obviously, obviously in addition to. So yeah, and there's different models that you could use. You could do a certain RPM, so CPM revenue for a sponsor. So let's say you get $10. You know you're gonna reach 100,000 views. You get $10,000 for that video. But then also, what is it? You could also do just a set amount, which I've done set amounts.
You would
before.
be like if you suddenly were.
Which is insane. Ultra Robot, welcome back into the stream. How you doing, my friend?
I love the idea of starting over.
Really?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Does that mean that you would make different choices and you want to do it again?
No, it's an opportunity to do something else. Like, imagine suddenly YouTube exploded. What I'm left with is everything I've learned since that moment. And I still have that. And I am confident enough in myself because of how much I've pushed myself
Instagram
through
and TikTok,
that I will be able to face.
I find it very weird. This is kind of a side note, but talking about how YouTube exploded, I find it very odd that like other platforms like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube all have accounts on other platforms. I just find it really funny.
Find something else.
I find it just very funny.
Or something completely different that I would be passionate about.
Does that make you navigate life with a sense of freedom? You're not
Anthony froze. Hold
beholden
on.
to this idea that things need to be this way and they need to always be this way?
I mean, no. I was in a hole for 4 years. You couldn't even reach out to me in 4 years. So no, I wouldn't say I have freedom now or feel a sense of freedom.
I love his beard, man. I love his beard.
On that. What I do have now is a sense of responsibility. Of I do have what I have, and I do have this audience, and it's just like that's because I wanted it to be great, to make something that people could really, really enjoy.
It sounds like you devote so much of your
This
time
is so nice, though.
and energy into these things.
Anthony's got such
What
nice
is it
teeth.
that drives you to give every single thing you do all of you?
Because I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many times when people come up to me, it's like, "I got a great business idea. All you gotta do is put your name on it. Tell your audience about it. You'll make millions." And I say, no, thank you.
Make
because
millions.
what's the point? If I'm making something, it's because I really love it and I really believe on it.
In some ways, is that a curse? Because you end up giving so much more of your time and energy than you had planned on initially.
Yeah, it'll probably kill me someday.
Literally.
Yeah, probably.
You think that overwork may be the thing that takes you out?
But overwork has already tried, you know?
Do you think that
Oh,
stress
yeah.
has contributed to
Yeah.
your health issues that you've experienced?
Absolutely, 100%. I don't have time to really like exercise as much as I should.
What's it?
you know,
What's his
like,
condition? I forget. He has like a certain condition. I know he's gotten bit to the hospital in the past year.
I say
for
a lot of these things and I
that
speak
condition.
really positively
What
about
is it? I forget what it is.
I would not want anyone to follow in my footsteps too closely because it has cost me.
You've said that you don't feel like you're a very good friend. Is that because of your work ethic?
What'll happen is like people will text me and I'll see it on my phone. I'll be like, I gotta get that, and then I'll do something else. And it's not even like I'm always working all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not a machine. I take breaks all the time. I play video games on my own. But
Intestine-related issues, right?
I'm
That's it.
selfish in a weird way. Either I'm working on something that I want to work at, or I am justifying not interacting with my friends because I'm taking a break from all the work that I
think that's what it is. I just
There's
kinda
only
looked it up for a bit.
My day pie that I can split up for these various different things.
Right. 10% exists. I feel this. This is
So when it comes down to friendships, it's like trying to make time for that is difficult.
Most addictions, in many ways, are a distraction from something else. They are filling a void that's within you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your addiction to work is filling anything?
A sudden sense of purpose when you had none before. As much as I say, like, you need to be able to let go and move on, I am locked into that feeling. I don't want to let that go. I would love to do this till the day I die. If I suddenly was unable to do anything, that I wanted
Exactly,
to do,
man.
that would
Exactly.
terrify me.
And is that
If
a
only.
sense of
If
purpose,
only.
or is it a sense of value that you place on yourself? I'm only as good as how much I positively impact the world.
It's not one of those things where there's one answer. It's like, yes, I have a sense of purpose.
Mark's
Yes,
voice
I
is
have
so deep
a
compared to
standard I
Anthony's.
hold myself
Anthony's
to.
kind of like
And
soft
yes,
talking.
my self-worth
Do you
is
feel
pretty
like
much
you might die because of
nailed
the stress?
to my ability to put my ideas.
Yeah,
It all stems from within. I see my own self-worth in what I make, and that's why I always have to push myself to make more. I have to see this growth in myself because it's also never good enough. I don't look back critically on my past projects and being like, that was terrible, but it wasn't good enough. But also, you know,
I feel
my
that.
life isn't in shambles.
I feel that.
I think I have better control, a little bit better than I was. That's why I reached out to you. And I'm starting to like put my head up in the world and be like, I'm alive.
Mark is alive. Mark versus Markiplier. Probably a
Considering you
difference.
put all of yourself into your work, where do you draw the line between Mark and Markiplier?
I try to make sure that I remember that when you put out content, you are drawing from the well of your life and you are pouring it into a video, right? You scoop out a little more and you pour there. And eventually the well runs dry. You don't have any more life that you have lived that is going to be new to put into a video. But you will not be any more of a human. You will not have lived more life.
Very
Even
nice
if
gold
time
block.
has passed.
We're gonna play
you
Skyblock
have not
after this.
done new things. You have not seen new things.
We're gonna
That's
play
why
some
I think
Skyblock after this for sure.
out is because they realize this kind of like emptiness inside of them. The purpose for which they were drawing from the well is kind of like lost, and now they're.
I
kinda
like how he
wondering,
visualized
I
that.
did this before and it was working great for so long. Why is it broken now? And they just need to go live life. They need to learn. They need to have experiences. They need to move. They need to go do things. And so with me, I try to like conquer that by trying a bunch of different things. I do these interactive things. I do sketches. I do gaming videos. I do shitpost videos. My number one most viewed video is Meow, which I hate. 350 million views.
You hate it?
I hate that it's so successful. I don't hate it. It's bullshit, and I knew it when I made it. But I made a big show. Watch that one 350 million times.
You have no idea how many people are inspired by Meow. Their entire lives are different because of it.
That's a bad future. That's a dark multiverse over there.
That's lovely. That's awesome,
You've
man.
said that
It's so much fun though, like
existing
looking back,
itself
because I've known Markiplier for a
doesn't
long
mean that
time,
you have
not
a
personally,
debt
but
that you need to pay
I've
the
obviously
bills.
seen a lot of his
You
videos back in the day.
exist whether or not
I've been
you
on
let
YouTube for a very
yourself
long
be
time.
stressed out about
Very, very,
those
very long
ideas,
time.
about what it means to exist.
Damn.
Yeah,
I said that?
Some profound shit. But what you were basically getting at is that just because you exist doesn't mean that you constantly owe someone
Yeah.
or something about you. Existing is enough.
You don't owe the world to make anything. Like, as much as I'm like, yes, make content, make what's in your mind or reality, you don't have to. No one has to. No one's gonna make you. And it's just like what I was saying, is like, you can drift through life and you will get from beginning to end. For me, I found purpose in trying to steer myself through that current of life. I think that's important for people to realize, is that they have the capability to do that, not the obligation. But also no one is forcing them. So no matter how much you want to paddle, no one will make you paddle except yourself.
I'm yawning. It's not my most interesting point, but it's
You just finished
it's
a
interesting.
huge project. Would you say this is your biggest project yet?
By far.
In Space with Markiplier. It is.
This is actually a really well
absolutely
CG video.
The production value in every
This is
single
actually really cool.
aspect of it. I can't even break down every single detail, but
This
it
is
feels
really, really cool.
flawless.
Definitely I see the flaws, but I don't think of them as negatives. I love this concept of what people have been saying, especially in the promotion and then the release of it, is like, this looks like a movie or a TV show, not some silly YouTube thing. That perception is still out there.
It's still there?
It's still there,
What the
yeah. And then when people see it, they're like, wow, this is like a movie. You should make a movie. And I'm like, bitch, I made 3 movies in 1 movie.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's huge. There's like 90 something videos. Maybe like 89 videos. It's the biggest thing I made, and it's the most complicated thing. And my first time working with a group, I could talk for hours about just like the process of working with that and not going, I never went to film school. I was doing everything, and it was great. Like, 'cause that's the thing that people don't realize about YouTube, is like, we do all this shit ourselves. We actually know a lot of it. I didn't know the terminology. I didn't know why I wasn't allowed to move the lights. But I definitely like had my foot in the door in terms of all that, and I was able to communicate with all the people working on the show. It was so complicated. And
Okay, hold on. He looks like the guy from the main guy from Squid Game in this era. Main character Squid Game. Please tell me he doesn't look like him. He looks exactly like him in this shot. In this shot. I want to find a good photo. Okay, this is like the best one that I found. Tell me. They're both Korean, so like I mean at least they have something in common. He in this with the makeup on, the hair, he looks just like him. But obviously like a way older version of him. Tell me he doesn't look like him. This is probably even a better photo, too. This is him. I'm telling you, he looks just like him in that shot.
It had to be so optimized.
He doesn't
They
look
didn't
like him
know
in general.
What the show was.
So much of it was special effects.
Yeah.
So
That's
much
crazy.
Was done in post that they didn't even know how it was
This
gonna
entire
look.
thing is crazy.
I owe all of that post-production special effects stuff to Corridor Crew.
Corridor Crew!
Their VFX React series. YouTube circling back again. It's like YouTube helping in ways that you would never
I love
know.
Corridor
It
Crew.
taught me the linguistics I needed to talk to the VFX supervisor to understand what I was asking them, to know whether or not I was asking for impossible things. The only way that this project could have ever been made is because I was able to communicate with everyone at every level.
I love it. Life beyond Markiplier. Oh God, no.
What is it about doing what you do that brings you the most joy?
Seeing the progress.
Oh man.
With yourself, with your project,
All of it.
Oh wait, the main
With
guy in Squid
myself,
Game looks
with,
like Mark.
my audience. Seeing
Now
that
you're
I've
onto
actually
something.
had kind of
Now you're onto something.
the platform as a whole, I've seen myself progress.
They don't look like
Every
it
time
when
I
they're
release one of these
without
projects,
makeup
It is just the
and
most
whatnot.
profound sense of fun. It's fun. It's so fun to see people enjoy it. It's so
But when
fun
Mark
to
was
see
the
people
old
really
old
respond.
commander,
There's people
they look like him.
understanding what you make.
They look
and
like
then
each
there's
other.
People feeling.
So you're
I
telling
spent a
me
day with Markiplier, and one thing that
if you're telling me that I look like Markiplier and Markiplier when he's older looks like the main guy from Squid Game, why aren't they casting me?
really sits with me is his relationship
long-
with fear. How he
Okay,
welcomes
so
it.
this is an homage to the interview. Nationers, what a great video! What a great video! I honestly really enjoyed this one. This was one of my favorites personally of everything that we've done. Yeah, Nationers, that was great. I really enjoyed that.